to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on the show today. I've wanted to have you for years.
Seriously?
Yes.
All you had to do was ask.
I think I did, but back in the day, you were like busy with this, that, and the other. Like you said, your schedule kind of calmed down a little, tiny bit.
Well, it has in the sense that I'm not working for anyone but myself now.
Okay.
So now I've got my own media and consultation firm. I checked with my boss. Boss said talk to Sparkle, and here I am.
Well, that's great. So you came at the right time. But no, I've like ever since, this is going back. Well, I've known you for a while now. You did a movie with my mom, Dirty Bomb, and then Castle Air Museum, and then you've been doing a million. Are you still doing KMJ?
No, I stopped working for KMJ 2.5 years ago and went to work for State Assemblyman Jim Patterson. I knew that. He brought me on to be his district director in the last 18 months of his 12th year. And then he was termed out, and I left the State Assembly January of 24. Oh, no, January 25. What year is this?
Yeah, yes, but I thought you were doing KMJ, like, you're
well, no, I still fill in from time to time.
Okay, because I was like, I could have sworn I heard you.
I still fill in for either John or Christina or different shows, but it's not anything regular. I'm not 5 days a week like I was. I did that for almost 9 years in the morning. I was there, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., the voice of your morning.
Yeah, you worked for Patterson. Didn't you work even for Alan Autry at one point?
Yeah,
so you did a lot.
I was his public affairs officer, PIO, whichever you want to call it. I was a large department of one, and now that department has a director. It's evolved in like 7 or 8 people that are now doing what I did for Mayor Autry.
As one person.
Well, yeah, and they're all making a lot more money because the needs are greater.
Right.
At the time, social media was in its infancy. At the time, I was charged with still doing the annual report for the city, which was an 8-page newspaper. So you had to lay it. So that's how long ago it was. And then when I left the city, I took the money I made that I banked for the city, and I just went and I moved to LA and did acting and comedy full time for a year.
That had to be fun.
Oh yeah, because with that, I was single. I was at the point in my life and the age of my life that if I didn't do it then, I'd regret the chance that could I make it? Can I make it? And I went down. I already had my SAG card, so I was making union wages. I met a lot of great friends, had a lot of amazing experiences, worked with a lot of big names. And I still do work down in LA from time to time.
You probably did it at the right time because you did it before COVID.
Right.
You did it like right at the right time. You're right.
Oh, it was the perfect time. But then I had an opportunity to come back and get back on the air and do TV news here. But still, I learned you can do work in LA, but you don't have to live in LA.
Yeah,
you don't have to deal with the traffic.
I do more of that now living here than I did when I lived in LA.
Same. And it's I get more work living here than I did living there, and it's just well, I think part of the thing too is my cell phone still has an LA area code.
Oh, that could be it.
I never changed it. And it's like, oh, you've got an 818, but it says here you're Fresno, Madera. Yeah. Phones can travel.
I'm anywhere you need me to be.
It's that amazing thing of technology. Phones can travel.
So what were some of the fun projects you did during that time?
Oh, what, for the city or just acting or what?
Acting. What with acting now?
I love telling the story that it was the show, it was Las Vegas. Josh Duhamel, the late great James Caan.
Oh, okay.
So I worked background on that show, and I had a scene where Josh Duhamel walks into the scene and crosses in front of me, and I cross behind him. And he comes up to me, we're kind of staging and blocking. He goes, hey man, what's your name? I'm Matt, I'm Josh, how you doing? Real nice guy. And he says, do me a favor. I'm not 100% on my lines, so if I stop, don't run into me. Just try to walk around me, because I'm looking for my line. Okay. And a few times he stopped, and I went right. You don't cross in front of him in front of the camera, you cross behind him.
Right.
And he came up afterwards like, you handled that like a champ. I said, and you nailed the line. He was great. I worked the first time for Will and Grace. So they brought it back, but it was
cool.
It was my first day on the set of Will and Grace. Eric McCormick walks in. They had just won the People's Choice Award the night before.
Because they were a good minute.
He plunks it down on the craft services table and said, "This is for all you guys." Everyone cheers, and the guest stars. It's a great episode, and you can see me a bunch of times in the episode. It's Will is depressed. Jack takes him to a dance club. And Jack is obsessed with cutting Patti LuPone's hair. He wants a lock of Patti LuPone's hair to complete his Broadway wig collection.
How funny.
So Patti LuPone was a guest star.
What a great
Jeff
time.
Goldblum was a guest. And he hung out with the extras. There were 4. Will and Grace's set has 4 freestanding sets in a line. And they were at the shooting down at the far end, so we were kind of extras holdings with the set on the other end. And Goldblum just hung out with us and shot the proverbial bull the whole time.
Wow.
And it was great. We rehearsed Monday and Tuesday, and we shot before a live audience Wednesday, which is the first time I had done that in Hollywood, which was a great experience. And then afterwards, Patti LuPone, who was a guest star, the guy that wrote the jingle for Will and Grace, sat on the piano, and she did an impromptu concert, sung 3 or 4 songs, Don't Cry for Me. Phenomenal. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm getting paid for this. Oh, yeah.
And she probably did that without getting paid extra for that. She just like a pro.
Well, the guy that plays Jack, his name escapes me. Just Jack. But they did a duet, and they were just having fun because they knew it was their last season at the time, so they were just going to go out with a bang. They had more money.
The audience had a great ass.
Oh,
they loved that.
So that was a phenomenal experience, and I've worked on a couple of shows that were some duds, and there are a couple of names in Hollywood that I'm not going to name names, but they are
not nice.
That's putting it mildly. There are some colorful adjectives I would prefer to use, but I'm not gonna.
How funny. No, what a great experience. And then now you're back here. So you don't really do much with the politics anymore.
No, not necessarily, although with my new media and consulting business.
You're going to do it all.
Well, I've worked with education, athletics. I'm now advising a couple of different campaigns. And basically just, okay, when you go out and take your social media, I don't need to see your feet. The framing, the messaging, stay on point. And to tailor your message, every politician or every aspiring candidate has a message, but you got to learn to tailor your message to a group. If you're talking to a group of mothers, like the PTA, you're not going to talk to them about water issues in Selma when they want to know about public safety and school funding. So you got to tailor your message. So it's stuff like that. And another one of a dear friend of mine that I help him out, Athletic Performance in Clovis. Every year he brings in anywhere from 7 to 12 athletes from all over the country in preps for the NFL draft. So what I run for the guys at Athletic Performance as part of their draft training is I literally scare the hell out of them. Because I let them know, if you're trying to go to work for one of 32 NFL teams, they are looking to hire you. So they are going to do a deep dive on everything that you are on social media as far back as 6th grade, this is verifiable, to see what, if anything, is a skeleton in your closet. What's your personality? What do you convey on your own personal social media?
Isn't that great we didn't have social media that goes that far back?
I thank God every day social media was there, especially when I was in college. Sparkle. And everywhere I went in college, this is a true story, I took a 35mm camera, and in the wall in my apartment, we would post photos, and it became the wall of shame. And we would throw parties, and there were people who would say, how do you get on this wall? And I say, well, just you do something stupid. And you take pictures, but I would get little cartoons and little headlines, and I would add captions.
Oh, how funny.
And my goal was, when I graduated, I was going to take all those pictures, and I still may do it, create a book, A Practical Student's Guide to College. The do's and don'ts of having fun whilst matriculating.
Oh my gosh!
And
that's like the blackmail wall.
Oh yeah.
What I'd give to see, the beer pong, Matt Otstot on his head, looks like.
Oh no, never played beer pong, but there are a couple of pictures where I was happy, very happy, fully clothed, but very happy.
That's so cool. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. So you're really training all these people on like the do's and do nots, which is very important.
Well, yeah, and the beautiful thing about what I'm doing now is, even if you're someone who's just a business of one, the hardest thing for people to do is to tell their own story. Or if they think, well, I know social media enough. Well, okay, how's that working for you? With your messaging, or to come in and take an objective look and say, here's what works, here's what doesn't work. And do you know the correct times or the optimal times when you post things? You're a 65-year-old man. You don't necessarily need TikTok right now. because your target demographic isn't on TikTok if you're selling hubcaps. Just as an example. Not that I'm disparaging all of our hubcap salesmen out there. OtstotMedia.com. It'll be up and launching next month. But it's tailored to the Water and Energy and Technology Center. I ran a couple of trainings for their entrepreneur class. And what I asked Eric, the director, I said, okay, give me all of the businesses that are going through. And I literally went through, if they had a website, I checked their website. If they had Twitter or X, and I checked it, Facebook and everything. And I literally went through each one and said, okay, I remember the one business specifically. I said, okay, on your website you have one contact number, on your Facebook you have another, so which number is it?
And you didn't realize that the two was confusing.
And on your website it lists your base of operation as Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but on your Facebook it says Clovis, so which is it? And people are in such a hurry to get their message out there, to market, to monetize it. But if it's not all lined up and in sync, your left hand doesn't know what your right hand is doing, you're only hurting your business. And unless you have someone to really take a look at what you're doing and say, this is the tough love. If you got to unify your message, you have to simplify your message in some instances, because if you're a widget salesperson, but you're telling me, you're giving me your backstory, but if I'm looking to buy a widget, you're making it harder for me to buy a widget if you're giving me your backstory. Just give me a phone number and a contact and a price. So that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Working for myself. The initial thought was, okay, this is a little scary. But ever since I made that leap in March of last year,
well, I think it's really great. Your experience is so unique that you have experience here, there, whatever. It's really impressive. So if someone can do something that's you, that you can really go across so many different genres and business. Well, you know what I mean? A lot of people just, or wouldn't have that kind of experience.
Well, and I've been blessed, mentioned the LA thing, I've been blessed to have earned a living following my passions, be it journalism. I was almost 30 years in TV and radio. The journalism aspect, as a public information officer, I worked for the city of Fresno under Mayor Autry. I did some public affairs for Valley Children's Hospital, doing that under State Assemblyman Jim Patterson. I was the acting PIO for the Madera County Sheriff's Office for 5 months. So it spans the gamut, but it's all storytelling. If you can't boil down and tell the story to your constituents, the people you protect, your clients, your customers, if you can't tell your story, or in some instances, like if you're a politician, to the voter, why should I re-elect you? Well, here's my story. If you're horrible at doing that, you're going to be out of a job.
And like you said, it's to your audience.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why you're able to do all these different things.
And that's and the other thing too, just like you know who your audience is. But if you're just, I describe it as hunting with a shotgun, just blast it to the masses, and I'll hit something. Versus you got a rifle, and that's my audience, and that's my audience.
Now, I think when I first started, it was like that, and then it became quickly like where it was going to go.
Yeah.
But
that's just it. You live and you learn, and I'm sure you had some people say, well, you're good here, so why not focus here as opposed to there?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, no, that's great. So do you tell people too? I mean, now that, like you've said, how we didn't have social media way back in the day, now we do. And now we have AI. Do you tell your clients how they're going to utilize that to their advantage and not to depend on it too much? Because it's so tricky.
Oh, yeah. And with AI, I don't know if you, but I can tell AI like that. Especially writing, I can tell what someone used AI to write versus if someone wrote it. Only because I've been writing since 1997, when I graduated from Penn State and got my first job at WHIZ, Whiz Radio and Television. I kid you not, in Zanesville, Ohio, 50 miles east of Columbus. I had to look it up too. But AI is great, and it's a convenient tool, and I do use it from time to time as an additional resource, but not the only resource. It gets very flowery. It likes to use adjectives. It likes to, it's the proverbial, you tell a kid in first grade, give me a 500-word essay. I had a very, 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 very good day. They use a lot of very varies with AI, and it's like, okay, it looks great, and it makes your word count up, but it's a little fluffy. So you gotta, again, hunt with that rifle as opposed to that shotgun. But AI is a tool if used properly. But if it's the only tool you're using, buyer beware.
Well, not even just writing. Now people are doing like AI videos and AI types of stuff that, like you said, can be a great tool. So it's like, when do you use that? So it's a good thing you could tell people how.
You use it as a tool. You don't use it as your only resource.
Yeah.
That would be my best advice.
I feel like some people, just overuse it.
Well, because it's cheap, it's easy, and you can turn it around quickly. So if you've got a short deadline, well, I can do that. I can AI this, and no one will know the difference. People know the difference. If the discerning eye knows the difference. The people that you're really trying to impress can spot the difference.
So you said next month is when, what are you launching next month?
The website so it's Otstot Media. I tried to make the name as difficult as I could, but it's otstotmedia.com. So it's basically it's a one-stop shop. I have testimonials, video excerpts of the things I've done, how you get in touch with me if you want a free consultation, just to sit down and go, all right, talk to me about sell me your business, and I'll help you if you need crisis management, even if it's just a one-time event management thing. Or if, Matt, help me, dear God, I know I need social media. I don't know anything about social media. I'm in the dark. Be my shepherd and guide me. It's like the proverbial Moses. Great. These 10 commandments.
And I think it's like you said, you could even do one-time things for people. I think a lot of people get like, I don't want to get stuck into like some long they want to see how it goes. So I think that's really good that you can just get people started.
Well, and that's the beauty of it. As you know, you can be event specific, because if they're hiring you to MC an event, you're not doing the whole year, you're doing the event. And you'll do the event well, and I'm sure they'll ask you back because it's such a success, or you'll talk about it here, and it'll have legs beyond. But if that's all I need, I'm not going to waste your time, I'm not going to waste my money, and I'm not going to waste my time if trying to keep you on a retainer for one event a year.
Right.
Yeah. So, and think about it in that sense, and until you tell a business owner, we can do a 3-month contract, we can do a 1-month contract, we can do a 5-year contract. It's how much or how little you need and for how long you need it. Oh,
that's really great. And like I said, all the diverse crowds. So what are some of you said you have testimonials in there. What are some of the businesses besides the hubcaps?
No, I use that as an example. I have not yet taken a foray into the hubcap industry, but if there are any hubcap salesmen out there, salespeople, I'm sorry, because I know there are women that sell hubcaps too, and we're not discriminating against you. But like I said, education, working at Fresno State, assisting a couple of school districts here or there across the valley. I said I was the acting PIO for the Madera County Sheriff's Office for 5 months while they were looking for a permanent position, and they went with someone that has more law enforcement experience, which I do not, can't begrudge them for it. But in the 5 months I worked for the Madera County Sheriff's Office, just in their Facebook page, and I collected the metrics, the number of people that stayed for a view longer than a minute. So literally, the rule was a picture is great, multiple pictures are great, video is the best. It's one of my mantras. So the videos that I would help do, a lot of boating safety. Madera County Sheriff's Office covers Bass Lake, so it was, we did 4 or 5 videos with Sheriff Pogue on boating safety. And tried to keep them about 90 seconds, because that's about the average. But the amount of viewers that stuck around for a minute, at least a minute if not more, in the 5 months I was there, went up almost 70%.
Wow, that's really impressive.
So they're not only, you average 5 to 15 seconds, click in what it's about, and they're moving on. Just the initial impressions at 5 to 15 went up almost 130% in 5 months. So people are like, what's going on? But knowing that 70% of those stuck around to watch the whole video, and it was video that I shot, I edited, I posted, I love to tell people, Sparker, when I learned how to use a camera, it was a camera tethered to a big recording deck. We carried it uphill both ways in snow. It shot in black and white, and we chiseled our scripts in stone.
Oh my gosh!
in my day, but no, I mean now anyone that has a cell phone, like you got your cell phone right there. You're a correspondent. You're a journalist. I mean, when you go out, you can record stuff, and your videos on social media. It's right on your phone. But that's both a blessing and a curse, because everyone can do it. Everyone thinks they can. And you can look at some things and go, oh, sweetheart, please don't post that. No. That's not helping you. Oh, okay. Thank God there's a delete button.
Well, it's so funny you just mentioned, like, the sheriff, because there's a county sheriff that's coming out with his own podcast, and he shot a promo.
Mike Woodrow.
Yeah.
Down in Tulare County.
Yeah.
He's like, a great guy.
I said, that's a long, that's a long commercial for it. He goes, oh, I know, I have to shorten it. Because it was like one of those things, like, it was
Well,
way too long.
I emceed a town hall, political town hall, and Sheriff Boudreaux was there, and he and I were talking about it, and he's one of the people I'm due to sit down and kind of chat with.
That's great. I was just thinking he needs you, because his video was too long. It was shot well, but it was too long.
It's shot well, but at the same time, you have to realize attention spans are a real thing, and not that it's not fantastic content, and you don't look great, but you're going to lose people after the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Well, there you go. So you already know. Like, oh, and then when you do certain politicians, if you're going to help certain people with what they want, can you help people that are running against each other? How does that work? What's the code of ethics?
No,
it has to be one person on
one candidate per race. I wouldn't do that because it doesn't help me to pit two sides against.
I wasn't sure in a media setting if you could do both. You know what I mean?
And just ethically, that's dirty.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I just was like, I didn't know.
No, one candidate per race, and that's fine. And then I impart my knowledge, just like all of my clients. I impart them. Do you know what the 100% rule of communication is, Sparkle? We're going to have a quiz.
Oh my goodness!
We're going to have a quiz. This is for $200. Sparkle. What is the 100% rule of communication?
Do I get multiple choice on this one?
Just off the top of your head, you're a broadcast legend. You've been doing this long enough. You sat down with Dr. Phil, for crying out loud. So Sparkle, tell me. I don't do a Dr. Phil. So what do you think is the 100% rule of communication?
I have no idea. But I can't wait to hear this.
Okay. The 100% rule of communication. 70% of all communication is how you look. 20% of all communication is how you sound. 10% is what you say. So 90% of all communication is nonverbal. For example, if you were trying to interview me and I was over here like this.
Close off.
Yeah.
I know those. The body language is a lot.
This is painful, but I am communicating without speaking. Now, if I was, this is also kind of an uncomfortable way to. It's like, okay, there's a wall and there's space, but that's what it is. So, and you learn this too. I can vividly remember, I was working at a CBS affiliate in Central Pennsylvania, WTAJ, TV 10 Altoona, live local late breaking. And I thought it was a great, heartwarming story. It was a woman, the vice president sent her I forget exactly what she did, but she sent something to the White House, and the vice president basically showed up and gave her a letter of thanks and congratulations. Great, heartwarming story. The network picked it up. It was great. And here I thought I hit a home run. So I go into my news director, and we're doing a post-mortem. He goes, your tire was crooked? You didn't give. That's the only thing. All I focused on was your tie was crooked the whole time. I didn't hear a word you said.
Wow.
But again, 90% of communication is nonverbal.
I was going to say the eyes, so it wasn't that far off. Nonverbal, because I've heard that.
But there you go. Or if you're talking to someone and they have something in their teeth, or if they've got a stain on their shirt, where are your eyes going?
Remember I just told you about people that are dressed like not right, and they'll remember that. There we go.
If you come in your hair, or I'm sure from your perspective, if I had a hair that was just, and you can't see it on camera, but you can see it,
right?
Where are your eyes going?
Yeah, you're very right.
So that's the 100% rule of communication. And then the other way to convey a message to be memorable is, tell me what you're going to say it, and remind me what you said.
Okay.
Because our attention spans, the way we're wired, especially now in this fast food, everything on the phone, I'll tell you something, and then we're off, and you don't remember what we talked about. Do you remember what we talked about at the beginning of the show?
I think I remember what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, yeah. So I'm pretty sure I can get quizzed on that.
If not, thank God there's a rewind button.
Oh my God.
But no, that's the way, today, Sparkle, we're going to talk about my new business, Otstot Consulting. Otstot Consulting is available at otstotmedia.com. So remember, when you look up Otstot Consulting, it's otstotmedia.com. That's the bing, bing, bing.
What about social media? Is it on there now that we can find on social media? Or is it all going to get launched with the website?
I've made it really, really tough to find me on social media. I am at Matt Otstot. X, but
I'm saying for the consulting.
Yeah, the only
I follow you, I think, on everything.
You do, but the consulting has its own page on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And then everything else will live on the website, and then I'll share via that until it gets.
I actually do like that because I don't like to follow 5,000.
Well, yeah, and because again, it's a one-stop shop. Everything is otstotmedia.com, and then once it gets big enough and needs its own entities
Right.
then I'm sure I'll create the X and the Instagram and the Facebook page, primarily to just share clients' works and things like that. But that gets tedious.
Yeah.
I'd rather me give it to you and you share it on all your pages,
Right.
build content for you, your brand, as opposed to me sharing it for you.
I totally agree. No, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have you come back in a few months, too, and tell us some stuff.
Well, and I think when I come back, we just need to do just an off-the-wall show. Just a show that accents, game shows.
Okay, so everyone can put in their request now what you want to see us do.
Well, and that's
off the wall.
Having studied improv at the Groundlings and doing improv and stand-up comedy here in town with a talented group of performers, we were the Will Work for Food players. We did Friday and Saturday nights at Pardini's for almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So the comedy gene, you don't know how hard it is for me not to kind of just do a whole Robin Williams shtick with you, but maybe for next time.
Well, totally have to have you back for that.
If you'll have me back.
Oh, of course. Like I said, put in those requests. What accents would you like to see, Matt?
Yes, call now. Our lines are open.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No, thank you so much. You're right. It's been too long, and we should have done this sooner, but hey.
We're going to do this again now, so now we have to.
Now you're going to, it's like, Matt, you can't come back anymore. You've been on 7 times. That's enough.
It'll be longer than Bill, coming more than Bill. Bill's been our guest that's come on the most.
Well, Bill's deserving of it. No, I know Bill, and I'm no Bill. Bill served our country, and Bill knows a lot about a lot, and I'm no Bill. I suppose I'm just a Bill, yes, and only. Again, there's the comic thing.
There's the comedy, you guys. You guys got to keep watching, see what's going to happen next few months. I swear we're going to do some cool stuff.
Fantastic. Thanks, Sparkle.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Nia, tell our audience who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is another level. No, my name is Nia Hodge, and I'm the executive director for Another Level Training Academy. I have been a hairdresser by trade for over 30 years.
That's why your hair looks good. Okay.
Yeah, yes. No, and I decided to take a deep dive in 2017 into 501c3 corporate world, and it was the catalyst for me moving into private business, into the 501c3 or into community organizing, community work. I had trained my daughter as a apprentice to be a hairdresser, and in 2017 I lost her to asthma, and with that, yes, I had already started the organization, and it was Another Level Training Academy, and what we were doing was it was going to be a hub for, I was going to teach cosmetology, and I know, right? It's crazy. It's a crazy story. And so once the traumatic incident happened, I went ahead and I'm like, okay, environmental justice, Southwest Fresno. I'm studying all these things, and I wrote a concept to lower greenhouse gas emissions, and ended up being a part of the TCC transformative climate communities. And that's where I met Mona, actually, planting
Wow.
trees. Yes.
And so basically, bad environment was a contribution to asthma that killed your daughter. How old was she?
26.
That is so sad. And these are things that I hear about all the time that are really happening that people just aren't talking about or thinking about. Different things. There's a lot of MS. And there's a lot of different things where people are like, why are so many people having it here in these cases?
Yes.
And I think, obviously, there's got to be some connection. So you're going after it.
Yes. So from there, I implemented a community garden, and that's, like I said, that's where I met Mona, and we with Tree Fresno, and we planted trees at this site in Southwest Fresno, and from there, you see a lot of the disparity in the community, different things going on, and I started doing things at the school with Fresno Unified School District. We have literacy intervention where we're helping teach writing workshops for our youth so that they can get into college, so that they can write for, just pass English, just to be competent, right, at this point, because there's so many underserved children in our schools, too, in that same area. So with that, I work with Drive, which is developing the region's inclusive and vibrant economy. I am one of the hubs in Southwest Fresno where, again, I'm doing place-based work with the community, helping them with advocacy, just to become
Oh my gosh.
self-sufficient.
Can
right?
you run for mayor or something? Like,
people always say that, and today I was just talking to one of my girlfriends. I'm like, I'm tired, because you see so much going on, and it's like you want to do everything, and it's like,
God.
okay, what am I going to narrow down and just really focus on? But there's so many things.
There's so much, but wow, that is so impressive. So wow, I mean, you've got to be something. And you're like helping the whole community with so many different
really
things.
trying.
I love that.
Yes.
So this organization that you started, what's the main focus of that one?
So the main focus of the organization is self-efficacy, right? So helping people to understand that what they have in them, they can turn it into something powerful. And so right now, like I said, with the place-based work I'm doing, it's just about creating relationships back in the community. Every Wednesday, we host, myself and Allie in the Valley, Dakari Cleveland, we host every last Wednesday of the month, Wednesdays on the West. And it is a platform for residents, community organizations, local vendors to come in and table up and get community out there and just kind of like reintroduce them back into community. With COVID, everybody stays in the house. Nobody comes out, and we hear a lot of the talk about, community. Well, we're creating space for community to come out, engage. We have local artists that come out. We have vendors, like I say, music. We have artists, potters, people that come out and sell food. So we have people that are in the community that are, they're starting their businesses, and we give them space to.
I love that. And it goes with what I was telling you backstage. I was telling you about like how, I moved away to LA for 15 years and I came back here, and it's on that level where it's like, oh, I have to go here to have this or be this person. And I came back here, I'm humbled, and I'm like, no, we have so many great people here. You don't have to go. Everybody's there if you look for them and find them. Yes. And that's what I found here. And so it's like, you're doing that. You're finding the people. And then you're showing people like, hey, this is what you can do being here with yourself and all. And I love that.
Thank you.
You're doing awesome.
Yes. And also this month, for Black History Month, and every year for the last 3 years, I host, it's called the Black Hair Anthology, and it's a part of, it's funded by Measure P, Fresno Art Council, one of the grants we got, and we host, it's a living textile substrate. And right now, this year, we are in River Park. And so what it is, it's the living textiles, it's talking about the culture and the just the chronological energy of the hair and how it tells a story. It talks about where we come from. It talks about community.
So defined by our hair, I swear.
Yes, we are, and it tells a story, right? And it's a living substrate. It's a textile, and we wear it as art. And especially, it's very powerful, and I'm really passionate about this particular exhibit. Is because we as African Americans, like, we didn't come here with a whole lot when we got here, right? There was so much that we were kept from doing, but as living art, we were able to own ourselves and own our beauty and bring economics through what it was we were able to create. And so I teach that too during the month, and we have a braiders workshop as well. So it's a 6-week course. Yes.
That's so cool. Anybody can do that?
Yes, anybody can do it.
So where do you sign up for this at?
So info at altafresno.org. It's usually I have the booth set up on Wednesdays at the West, and usually it's on our website too, altafresno.org. You can scan the QR code or sign up, and then when I get ready to host a workshop, I'll call once I have like 10 people or so. Yeah. It's a hands-on workshop, yes, and it kind of feeds into what I want to do, because at the end of the day, what I really want to do is create economic pathways, and this is one of them. And in California, you don't have to have a cosmetology license to braid or weave hair.
And a lot of people can braid. You know, when I moved back here, I was trying to find, because I like braid. That's what, like, I wanted to just go there to learn how to braid, because it's really easier to, like, have your hair that way.
Yes.
So can we just take that and, like, learn all these things? I'd love to. I was like, that's so cool. And it's funny how a lot of people don't. And a lot of hairdressers actually do not know how to braid in this town.
I knew people that would hire braiders. I was one. Yes, in high school, I would braid for one of the young ladies that had a salon here, and especially when hair extensions became, very popular, she was like, "Well, can you braid it for me?" And yeah, that was something we did. So yeah, and it was easy money, and you were creating income, and you didn't. You know what I mean? You didn't even know what you were doing at that time. It's like, oh, I'm really running a business. So yeah, from there there's so many pathways.
So that's what Mona was. I was so confused when Mona was saying about how you helped her, like, with her kids' hair, and I was like, what is she talking about exactly? And so now I understand what she was talking about.
Texture. Yep.
Yeah,
you understand
like,
texture.
I didn't know how to, like, deal with that or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Like, because every hair is funky and does its own thing. Everybody's. And like you said, where we come from, it's like has a lot to do with it. Some hair doesn't curl at all. I have friends that hair doesn't curl. My hair curls really easily. It's like, that's really interesting.
Yes. So this exhibit is a textile. So it's a interactive exhibit as well. So you can walk through and you can touch the hair, and you can feel it. You can look at the different curl textures and the straight hair, and you can braid. There's hands-on mannequins, and there's also a lot of information about, just like I said, like economics and how identity and culture and how the beads meant something, or how you wore your hair meant something, meant you belonged to a specific tribe, things like that. So it's a very interactive learning.
I'd love to learn the history of all of that. That would be so fascinating.
Yes. Well, this Thursday at Art Hop in River Park on the 19th from 5 to 8, I'll be doing an artist talk too, the living textile substrate, and kind of doing some hands-on stuff.
I love all the stuff that you're doing. I gotta follow you on every platform possible. Oh my goodness. Okay. What is all your social media?
So my social media is it's Another Level Training Academy on Instagram. It's also Another Level Training Academy on Facebook.
And you talk about all these things you're talking about right now.
Yes.
It's everything. It covers the hair, it covers what we're doing, it covers the breathing well, the climate.
Yes. So I've moved away from a lot of the climate work, but I do have a 13-passenger electric vehicle that I had I had acquired that a couple of years ago because I was doing community transportation. And so just trying to keep the green, the footprint, and keeping the environment healthy, and also providing jobs and taking residents from one place to another.
And just helping the community in every way.
You're
so busy. So what else, when people want to get a hold of you, what are people wanting the most?
You know what? In the resident engagement work, you're usually going to the people, and a lot of times people are really interested in employment. And so I give the information about different programs in community. Like we have a daycare where you can go and you can qualify to see if you can, if you can get on a sliding scale, and then you qualify, you pre-qualify, and then for 2 years you can go to a vocational school, you can go to city college or wherever, and there's a couple of those daycares in our community, and that's Panda's daycare and that's Bambi's daycare, and a lot of people don't know that these things are right in their community, and it's a lot of times that's what keeps people from going to work. People want to go to work, they want to go to school, but it's usually childcare. Also in the community with the children, we do like read and feeds, food giveaways. So we are also like very heavily embedded in community with like Bigby Villa and King of Kings and the Westgates, working with their residents, also doing food giveaways, and again, just connecting our residents and community to resources.
And you said you help people get jobs.
Well, we point them in the direction. Yes.
I understand that.
Yes, we point them in the direction. Yes.
Lead them in the
direction.
water.
Lead
You
them
guys
to the
gotta
water.
drink yourself. You guys.
Yes, it is all about passing the power on, the self-efficacy, giving them the tools and helping them kind of walk alongside with them in community, and point them in the direction of where these resources are. A lot of times people just don't know.
And that's something I learn every day, I swear, with this show about all the resources we have in this community. And it blows my mind that we have this, and it's like, are people utilizing? How do they find out about them? So you're the one-stop shop for that.
Yes. Yes, I can point them in the direction.
So I bet a lot of people come to you that are like worried that they don't have the skill set, the education, they might have a felony, and then...
There are other organizations that help with that as well, like the Community Justice, Central Valley Community Justice, I believe. They help with that. We work closely. Another table that I sit with is Southwest Power. And don't ask me what the acronym means right now because I will absolutely be tongue-tied, but it's basically, creating opportunities for people in the community. And that it's with Fresno Housing. We have Advanced Peace. We have, who else is this? The West Fresno Center. There's St. Agnes. So there's a lot of different people sitting at this table, and we've done like the research, and we've done we've taken the metrics of what the community needs. So we have like 5 policies that we're really working on, like safe streets, healthy, parks and housing, and making sure our kids can be safe and at school and in play as well. So those are the things that we're just sitting at tables doing. A lot of the work that I get a chance to do too, because of the community work I'm doing, is to sit in bigger rooms also, right? So I sit on different boards, and I get a chance to really speak to the power, to the people at the table, like, hey, this is what people think. You think this is what people need, but this is what people really need. We go, if we just go build a park, everybody would be so great.
You can't be on city council, girl. I'm seriously I'm like, you need to be in.
No, I let them do that. That's. Mm-mm. I like my feet on the ground. I like being able to interact with the people, and I mean, in leadership, people should be able to do that either way too, right? If you're sitting up high, you can't effectively interact and create policies and programs for people if you're not willing to get close enough to people.
Right.
So I'm loving the resident engagement work. I'm loving the place-based work that I get a chance to do. And then I was born and raised in that community, right? Southwest Fresno was where it used to be amazing. It was they used to call it the Golden Southwest, the Golden West Fresno. And a lot of my family came here migrating from Oklahoma, the Dust Bowl era, coming here to to work at the canneries, and going to Washington to pick apples and things like that. And so they came and they built businesses and a life here, blazed a lot of trails. And so to be able to come back into the community that I grew up in, and it was a rich community, like with family and people knew everybody.
Everything changes, and over time, these different areas were like the areas you wanted to be in. It's bizarre, but I love that you're speaking up and trying to make it that way again.
Yes, like you go away, like you say, you go away 15 years, and it's like, where'd that freeway come from? You know, I have family that comes. We have family reunions every 2 years, and they come and they're like, "Oh, I remember when we were kids, this whole area used to be covered with figs, the fig trees and this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Okay. When we grew up, we did this. We swam in the ditches, and now it's apartment complexes here. So things change." Yes.
So what's one of the biggest things when you said this is what people think we need, but I tell them this is what we really need? What's one of the biggest things you think? I know there's a lot, but
opportunities. I think people just need the opportunity, and a lot of it is education, and to know. And well, one thing that has happened in Southwest, we have the West Fresno, the Fresno City College West Fresno Center now. So now you could literally go to school, go get a vocation, right? And I think it's still free. So I think that's the thing, that people know that there are opportunities, vocational pathways, educational and vocational pathways, so that people can earn a living. That's what people really need. They just want to be able to take care of their kids. I think at the end of the day, that's what a lot of people just want in community. They love their children. They want their children educated, and they want to be able to take care of their families and provide for them. Yes.
Oh, you said it so well. Oh my gosh. I'm going to follow you everywhere. I love what you're doing. And if we want to go, you said that the website.
The website is altafresno.org. And then also, if there's any information that you want, if you wanted to email me, it's info@altafresno.org. Okay. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope you come again, too. I would love to see the changes that you're making in the community.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
We are here today at the World Ag Expo, and as usual, this is like my third year with you.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to have you.
You have some fun new stuff?
We got a lot of fun new stuff. We brought some from Tennessee, new manufacturer that we're very excited about. Brand new style of forklifts, 4-wheel drives, electric forklifts, and Ryan's going to open up and tell us about them.
Yeah, like I said, I'm with Castle Equipment Company. We're based out of West Tennessee. We've got a unique opportunity to kind of get into the California market with our rough terrain series. We thought it'd be a good idea to debut that here at the World Ag Expo. Had no clue what I was getting into, but this place is huge. There's a lot of cool equipment. I think we actually have one of the coolest pieces here. This is our 7,000-pound diesel rough terrain model. It's full 4-wheel drive, push button option from 2-wheel to 4-wheel drive. Operates with a Cummins diesel engine. So you've got plenty of power, and the engineering to back the powerhouse of the unit. We have added a Clerf attachment. That's a hay squeeze attachment made by Clerf. But like I said, we started a manufacturer out of West Tennessee. That's where all of our operations are. So built in the U.S., assembled mostly in the U.S., and I don't know, we're just a fun company with some unique opportunities. We've got a full electric lithium line, what we are calling our heavy-duty lithium product, which operates at 174 volts and has a fast charging option of 30-minute charge time. So
wow, that's actually really cool.
Operators on their lunch break can charge their forklift. We've kind of created the solution for multi-shift operations.
They perform more efficient than a propane. So
That's right.
If a company's used to propane, they don't want to give up their propane units, we throw them on the Castle.
Efficiency's better.
Efficiency's much better.
You know, you take all that oil changing and stuff and the depreciation of a modern engine, you lose all those services and cost. And then again, when you go back to the efficiency of the kilowatt rate you charge, it's cents to dollars when it comes to propane to lithium energy.
And the oil changes. I mean, electric's always the best way to go.
That's right.
Or not.
That's right. And it's kind of unique on our electric lifts. We actually have them set up to where they will operate like an electric lift. A lot of electric lifts will regen brake. So when you slow down, the motors will slow the unit down.
And they stop altogether sometimes.
Yep.
We did do some test drives before on
Sundays. Yeah. So we've got these set up where if somebody's converting from propane, the operators don't have to feel like I'm on an electric lift. They roll out and do some cool stuff. So we all changed that within the software.
Why do you like these all better than what you've had in the past, Garrett?
Well, innovation. I mean, nobody else is doing what they're doing. They have a water-cooled system that keeps the lithium.
It's a thermal managed system, so same thing with these electric cars without name dropping the big brands out there. You know, the #1 car maker in the world now, same system in there, liquid cooled thermal management system. It offers us an opportunity to give an 8-year battery warranty. When's the last time you heard somebody cover a full replacement battery for 8 years? No hour restrictions.
I
So
love that.
when you manage the thermal, the temperature of these cells, and everything stays regulated to the temperature it wants to be at, you can charge it faster and it'll run longer.
Wow. Okay, so what else we got?
Oh, we've got a lot this year.
We got a lot this year. I love it.
Now, we're also a Yanmar tractor dealer, which Yanmar has been known in the industry for years. They're very, very big in the tractors. Almost all of our competitors utilize the powerhouse, the engines in most of their tractors. So Yanmar builds everything 100% themselves. They come with a 10-year warranty. Fantastic product. They are a Japanese company. Their tractors are assembled in Georgia, completely built over there. And then we also have their skid steer construction line. And these are actually built in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So this is their new track loaders. We've got their full line of excavators. Yeah.
Is this new from last year?
This one's the first one that you saw was the TL100.
Okay.
That was about 11,000 pounds. This one's a little bit smaller, the 75 horse.
Wow. I don't think I've ever been on this one yet, but this looks really fun. This looks like something I want to have a lot of fun with.
You need to get on that. You need to hop up on there.
Oh my goodness. What do we got here? I was going
This
this
is the
way.
55 Yanmar excavator. They've got a 3-stage pump, which makes the digging a lot smoother, makes it faster, more efficient.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this looks actually really easy.
Very.
It's so easy, even I can do it. Just kidding. Oh my gosh, how fun! Oh my, how much weight can this pull up?
Well, this is the Vial 55. This is about 12. This is a 12,000 pound weighted unit. We can get into the specs. It digs about 12 feet.
Okay. I love this. This is a lot cooler than all of them. Why is it so different looking than all the other ones that you did?
Just bigger.
Just bigger?
Just bigger. Yep.
Oh, I love this.
They're pretty simple, and they got the quick coupler system, so it's very fast to change out the bucket. Service on these is very simple. They're very, very bulletproof.
Love it.
And then we're showcasing the SV40, which is the size of a 35, but weighs about 9,700 pounds. Has a 6-way blade, so the blade will turn back and forth, up and down, and
It gets loud, doesn't it?
Yes. And then we do have the Yanmar hammer on there, which breaks rocks or concrete or whatever you need to do. But this is it has a footprint of the 35, but the weight of close to, it's kind of in between the 55 and the 35. So,
Right on.
yeah. Kind of the unicorn of the bunch. And then again, we got some more Castle product, and got the little small mini excavator that will go, these tracks will actually go inside themselves and be able to go through a 36-inch gate.
Oh, wow.
So
That's really cool.
Right next door to these guys
Okay.
on the same road there in Goshen.
We have
Yeah, they've been
there are all these different models than what I was in last year.
some
Or
of them might
somewhat.
be, some of them might be different, some of them might be similar.
Yeah, you just take us through each one of them.
Yep. Now this is the Castle product that Ryan was talking about.
Oh, should I bring him back to talk about his baby?
I don't know, maybe.
Wait.
No, he's talking to somebody right now. But yeah, it's about the size of a propane, and very similar and very easy to get on and off. You can get off on this side, get on that side. It's got the 4-way plumbing, so you can. This actually has a fork positioner where the forks go in and out, side to side. This has a triple stage mast, and this is the one that's 174 volts. Performs more efficient than a propane. So if people like that on demand, get on there and rev up, this thing will spin the tires if you want it to. And then we've got our Whacker line, which is Whacker. These are built in Milwaukee, and these are designed to go through a 36-inch gate as well. So a lot of landscapers love these. You stand on them, and very efficient. The hoses are protected within the arm. They're not exposed, so very easily serviced. These actually have the Yanmar motor. Like I said, a lot of other manufacturers utilize Yanmar. This is one of them as well.
Wow. And you've been selling this since you've been here, huh? This is like day 2?
This is day 2, yes.
So this is the one that I was in last time. So this is different than the one that I was in?
I'm not sure if you were in. I know you were working with Eddie on the last time.
Yeah.
So that very well could be. We had one of these last year at the show. And the trend seems to be going from wheeled to tracks. So there's a lot of the manufacturers. Whacker's one of the few that still makes a wheeled skid steer. Again, very efficient. These units come with the Kohler motor, so there's no DEF. Very, very efficient machines as well. These are built in Milwaukee as well, U.S. product. And then they just came out with this new telehandler that is brand new to us. It's a little mini, easily to get into places, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. Should hop in that one.
I wish I could actually take these out. It was fun when we came to your spot and actually got to test drive everything.
It'd be fun to have you on this one.
This is the one?
Yeah.
I'm game. Hey, so when people buy these things and then now next year something even bigger and better comes up, do you buy their old machines back? How does all this work?
A lot of times we'll do consignments. We'll help them sell them. Okay. They get the more bang for their buck rather than just us.
That's what I think would be some of the problems where it's
yeah, we do put stuff on consignment and help advertise and help them get out of their old machines.
Great. So I was I knew you probably had a plan for people that were no, I might want to get this next year and all that. So.
Exactly.
But I'll definitely ride in that one. What else? Okay, so this is, I've never been on this one.
Yeah, this is the kind of in between the 17 and the 35. This is the Whacker product. These are Whacker's version. Whacker sometimes private levels for some other brands. I can't really say who they make them for, but very, very efficient machines as well. They have their blades are designed for where dirt will slide off versus getting caked on like some other brands. They do a few things that most other brands will not do to make your machine more efficient.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good one. So.
And if you run out of diesel, you just put diesel back in. You don't have to bleed the lines. It fires right up. So that's another nice little feature that are on these that's not on most of our competitors.
Awesome. I love it. There's always something bigger and better every year.
Yep, every year. It's always fun to come out here and see what news out and what our competitors are doing, and they're always checking us out. And we're, it's fun.
So you guys aspire each other to be better every time. It's
competition brings the best and the worst out of people, right?
Right.
But yeah, we're a 3-generation family business. Been around since 1981. So yeah, we plan on being here for a while.
And then you guys deliver. You guys do all kinds. I know you guys are really busy, always doing stuff like that. And you'll go near and far, and you'll always be delivering stuff, and you get people everything they need really fast.
Yeah, we got to get it there fast. Get them.
So today, when they want to buy stuff, what's the process on that?
Oh, they just come to our shop, or if they call us, we can come to them. Yeah,
Ready to learn more about
they can't just pick something from here. They have
they can buy from here. Yeah, absolutely.
And you have it hauled out, and then
Yeah,
they take it, and that's that?
exactly. Yeah, everything's for sale except my wife and kids. So.
Is 1 o'clock.
Oh my goodness! So that is awesome. Love it. It's great coming here every year. Are you guys good about social media? Kind of saying some of the new stuff that comes out, like so that we kind of know.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so where do we follow you?
You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook.
And it is
KoiEquipment.com.
KoiEquipment.com.
Yeah.
And then you also have a print shop.
Yes, we do. We have a franchise called Fast Signs here in Visalia, and we do banners, flags, just about everything you need.
And it was really great. You were very helpful when we did that parade for Veterans Day parade. You got us a tractor and a banner. I do want to point that out because that's a really cool feature. I mean, how many times could you get? Yeah, and fast. It really was. And the person that did that, and we had it was really cool. It's amazing, what people can put out and get out there fast. I mean, it's one-stop shop to do banners and.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, the best and the best. Well, thanks for having us come out there. We'll do some lives and stuff, and it's always fun to come out. People don't realize how fun this event is.
It's definitely come out even just for the tri-tip and beans. I mean,
Where's your guys' shop number for this? For the
we're on N31.
Okay.
Yeah, booth N31, right off of Median and N Street.
And then what's if people want to come check it out during your office hours, or basically what's office hours?
8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And we can do Saturdays as well. If somebody wants to come down on a Saturday, we just have to schedule it.
And they better buy it if they make you do all that.
They traditionally do.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here at the World Ag Expo once again with my favorite. This is literally my favorite thing here because I'm so I really am. I'm wow, this is so cool. And you're the designer engineer behind all this. So tell us about it and tell us how it changed from last year to this year.
Yeah, sure. So this is a product that we're calling Sure Shot. What we're really trying to do is give vaccines and reproduction shots to cows that's directly on the rotary. And so we've made a lot of huge strides in the last year in regards to the actual development of it. The big changes we've done is how we're mounting the robot now. We're on an inverted mount, whereas previously we were mounted directly on the floor, which gave us a lot of extra access for reach and more maneuverability for the robot. The second biggest thing is we actually changed robots totally. So
yeah, it used to be the yellow one. So
exactly.
What's the difference?
Yeah, so it's two different kind of styles of robot. The old yellow one was what we kind of typically call an industrial robot. So that's more heavy duty and a lot harder to incorporate other people working around it. So we call these a collaborative robot, meaning that people can kind of work around it. So big thing that's updated for here is that not only is it now safe for people to work around, so you don't have to cordon off the robot itself. Now we made a bunch of improvements on the vision and target acquisition side that we could only do with a robot like this.
Oh, wow. So I think your friend was telling me yesterday it's lighter and faster than it was before.
Yeah, it's actually
and more cost effective.
Yeah, it's actually about the same speed as the other one.
Okay.
But it's a lot more kind of like an open source platform. So we are able to do more. I don't want to say it. We're able to do more calculations for where the shot is supposed to go off of the robot, which allowed us to improve our target acquisition speed significantly. So.
Wow, and then it's how is it more cost effective?
For the actual robot itself is a smaller robot, so it being collaborative also kind of leads to it being a cheaper robot as well. So it's physically a little bit smaller, it weighs less, which improves our the cost for it.
So can people buy this now?
The whole Sure Shot system? Yeah, so we're putting in the entire system on a dairy later this year. So we are taking orders right now.
Oh my goodness, because it's so far, but you haven't been doing it. Yeah, this is the first time because it was on the trial basis.
Yeah, so we've kind of done each individual part in pieces. So later this year is when we're really going to put everything together on a dairy with live cows.
And then see how it all works, and then people are going
Yeah.
to want to buy this. But it's one of those things you get your money back over time because I'm sure
Yeah.
it's very expensive to invest in this.
It can be. Absolutely. You know, we're really looking at customers that have larger dairies because the larger your dairy, the more cost effective that
Or it
this
makes
system.
sense, yeah.
So we can see some return on investments depending on how many shots you actually give on your dairy, and we also I'm seeing some improved preg rates based on this. So we're hoping to get that ROI pretty quick.
Oh, wow. And so it's every year you just kind of add on to it and be like, we're doing
Yeah.
this. And then from when everybody starts using it this year, you could see
Exactly.
how to improve maybe.
Yeah,
if
so
there's-
being able to get everything onto a single dairy kind of all at the same time really allows us to see, where some of our places for improvement could be, and places where we really excel that we can, really talk about how this is a good fit for your dairy for these reasons.
And where are you guys based out of?
Kind of based out of all over different
That's
places.
what I
Yeah.
thought. You're, where do you live?
Yeah, I live in the North Bay, so I live
Okay.
out in Tracy, and that's where a lot of the engineering development work does. It happens is at our facility in the North Bay. But we're looking at we have people in Texas, people in Las Vegas. So
And are you going to make this worldwide where this is available for dairies everywhere?
that's the goal. That's the goal. All right. So our whole kind of mission is not just for trying to improve on labor savings. That is a huge part of it, but also remember, given shots with the robot, we have a much more detailed and accurate shot record where I'm able to say that I gave this cow this shot at this time, and I can even give you a screenshot of it.
Exactly.
So it's something that we really want to improve, dairy and herd health really around the world, and we're hoping to be able to do that with a system like this.
Oh, no, I think it's great. What else did you work on before this, before you started working?
Oh, I've done so I've actually been working on this for a while now. This was originally started for me as a senior project for college.
No way.
Is where it started, yeah.
Wow, a senior project for college?
Yeah, so they sponsored Farm Robotics as a company sponsored a project I went to Chico State and for mechatronics engineering, and so they sponsored a project involved in farm robotics, and they were gracious enough to allow me to continue to work on it, and it's been it's great ever since. So.
One project led into like a job and a career.
100%.
Did you ever think that it was going to lead to this?
I always kind of knew I was going to do some kind of
Innovative?
engineering. Yeah, you kind of got groomed for that early, I think. But yeah, in the dairy world, I definitely didn't think I was going to be putting a robot on a dairy. I'd never in a million years. So.
Where did you come up with it?
Originally, our founder came up with it. He used to dairy down in San Jacinto, and he switched to a different shot protocol that just gave a lot more actual shots. And the problem that he found is that his guys just weren't able to keep up with the amount of them. So that's kind of why we come up with a system like this, is really to improve that compliance rate for the shot protocol. So there was a need that arose, and our founder Marinas really said, here's a problem that we can fix, and we can do it with a robot, and he got going.
Oh my goodness. Where do you see it going? I mean, we're starting now with the cows and the dairies. You see this advancing to where it's like you're doing stuff with horses or doing stuff with other. I mean, what's the vision?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we want to really just improve animal health in general, right? So as many different places that we can go to, and as many different kind of products that we can offer, that's really our goal. So, we're looking at potentially not only just shots, but potentially doing like fly sprays or chalk marking with the robot to try and incorporate that kind of stuff together for the dairymen. But it's just for dairy cows right now, because dairy cows are they come in and they have a regular routine, but we're looking into the capabilities that we're going to have for like on a beef feedlot, where we can have a robot like this on a squeeze chute and giving shots automatically, or potentially even for smaller livestock as well. But
Wow, that is so incredible. So where can people follow to kind of keep up with what you guys are doing? And all of that?
I'd say probably the most active platform we're on is Instagram.
Okay.
So Farm Robotics on Instagram is where we're posting the most amount of stuff. But we have our website, and you can contact us. It's kind of still a pretty small group between us that are all working on it, trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'd say probably Instagram is in terms of like visual updates
trying
for
to
stuff.
Say, like, hey, when's this out? When's that?
Yeah.
Do people send you a lot of weird ideas now? They're seeing this and be like, why don't you do this? And why don't you have people that are in robotics?
Yeah, I mean, so in general, yeah, I especially since out of school, I've kind of gotten a reputation for working on some kind of strange and interesting projects. So occasionally, yeah, a lot of the stuff, kind of weird out there stuff ends up falling to us, and then we try and figure out, like, is this something that is really a good fit for us, and then see how viable it is to actually do it. So yeah, we got lots of weird stuff.
I love that. Well, everyone needs to come out to the World Ag Expo. I'm sure going to be here next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love to see. I mean, who knows what you're going to bring next year, but that's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully next year we'll have a more fully complete system, especially after from some of the testing results that we got that we're going to see later this year.
Data analysis.
Exactly.
That would be so much fun. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And thankfully, Hansen Industries, shout out to them. They're so gracious to allow us to have a spot at their booth to be able to show off, a product as interesting and innovative as this. At least in my opinion, I think it's interesting and innovative.
I really think it's one of the coolest things here, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff here, but this was always like, really caught my eye. So thanks so much for speaking with us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't want to be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.